This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.
What's up, great people? Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Show. My name is Lily, and I'm still on this book, Healing Your Inner Self. Particularly the last chapter, chapter 11, is about signs of healing and recovery. What happens when you are healed and fully recovered? And I like this one, practicing emotional release and recalibration. Before you get to that point where you practice emotional release and recalibration, you have to be so well versed with your own emotions, and you're able to track your emotions when they rise, when they fall, so that you know what you need and when you need it.
And one sign, because we're talking, we're also discussing about women, is that a woman who is not well calibrated emotionally is moody and irritable, unstable.
Yes.
And you have to really work on eggshells around her. She can pick problems from anything.
Yeah.
She can even sit like this and get angry.
Yeah. You're like, were we not together just now?
You know, you hear another vibe coming from her, and you cannot picture what that is because you don't see where it came from. The thing is this: you know you need emotional recalibration. When to calibrate is to set the measurements again. Where is good? Where is allowed? Where is sometimes it can come from a season, childbirth, or a guy you've just become a dad. You don't know now. Why are you getting exhausted? Because there's another person. A child is a person demanding attention.
Yeah.
A very needy person at that.
Yes.
Who may not know the normal schedules of this world.
Yeah.
Who you have to teach when you should be asleep. When the world is resting.
Right.
So you get exhausted more often.
Yeah.
And we always the advice is always for couples who have just had a baby to go through recalibration of their schedules. Otherwise the child will take over and turn you to night shifters. You know that before you're working day shift?
No, you're both day and night, because during the day you have to work, at night you have to tend to the baby.
So you can be turned to something else. Exhausted, always on the edge, almost burning out. And that's why you hear postpartum depression. And men also get post-baby, post-becoming a father, depression. Engaged men, real men don't just watch. They participate.
Yeah.
And the demands are more. You run around more. You are more. You're just more alert. Sometimes just that alertness.
Yeah.
And knowing that babies are delicate, you have to check the temperature, check this, be responsive. You may never really sleep as deeply as you used to sleep for some months.
Yeah.
There's just waking up to check.
Yeah.
Having turn at. And if that first year you navigate well, now you begin to, the child is also having rhythm now. You know this, you can now get an assistant who can hold as you do this.
Yes.
So sometimes you are recalibrating after that kind of a season, or you are recalibrating less discussed after a new season of success. Businesses have expanded. You know, something has just succeeded. New job have arrived, and people don't know that success can tear you. When you found them, they were fishing, they were mending their nets. They were mending their nets because after that is the Zebedee brothers, together with their father. Because after you catch fish, the net gets torn. If you catch fish, if you catch business, if you catch money, if you catch success, something gets torn. Something gets stretched outside the normal. Your time, your energy, your conversations, your routines gets stretched.
Yeah.
And I had one person put it simply, say, the more you gather things, the assets you are yearning for, the business we keep saying you should have, the savings we say you should develop, the more you say you should build those things, you should know that every other thing you get is another thing you need to manage. So at some point you'll have more things demanding management.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you have more things demanding management, and they're taking time and money and mental energy away from you, what happens to our relationship? We can get irritable and feeling neglected and alone and not seen and not talked to, not fed, just because we succeeded in a new way.
Yeah.
You need to recalibrate after new success.
All right. So get yourself a copy of this book, Healing Your Inner Self to Commence Your Best Life by Benjamin Zulu, through making your order now through the WhatsApp number on your screen. Don't postpone, do it now, and we will get the book to you wherever you are. Today we are talking about the emotional skills of a high-value woman.
High-value woman, very good. So we are saying a consciously self-advancing woman. That's what we're calling high value.
Okay.
Intentionally improving themselves. Not the type that has never read a book since school. Are you aware that? After the handouts, the print notes, in campus. Are you aware that a research showed that a staggering 2/3 of graduates don't buy a book, don't invest in any reading for the next 6 or 10 years, a lot of years. Don't to buy a book, no. Even when we have been brought, nowadays technology is assisting us to even to spoon feed.
Yes. It's been brought to your face. Please read. Yeah.
It's nowadays on YouTube, people are putting the books, just click and play.
Yeah.
Go to Spotify, just play as you do your gym.
No, you don't have to read.
Somebody's reading for you at the tone you enjoy, with the background sound complete.
Yeah. Some with graphics.
How much? They've even summarized the books. Some of you are lazy.
Yeah.
So here is the book you've been in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So even when you go to Kindle and Amazon, they give you a preview, free preview. Just listen, just check before you buy, to entice you to look until you find one you like.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a woman who has been reading, who has been investing, who has been advancing. If you have more hair collection and cloth collection than you have a reading collection, you have a long way to go. You not understand today's conversation. Go fast and fix that. This is an advanced lesson for people who have started the basics.
How are they going to fix it?
Don't call yourself a high value. Very good. Don't call yourself a high value when there is no budget allocated to that value.
Okay.
Value has energy, money, and time.
Oh, value is not 26 inches. That's value. Do you know this hair, how much it goes for, Benjamin? Physically,
that's value, but it will also attract another physical, shallow human beings. So what you'll attract with physical value is physical people.
Okay. All right.
So, and a high value woman does not neglect her hair, her looks. You will see it is well attended. You will see it, but it is not the only thing.
Right.
In fact, the first sign of a high value woman is that she seeks and establishes sweet spots in her life that are not exported, that are not outsourced from other people. So she has places that give her good mood, happiness, and they are totally internal. This way, these women have pilgrimage. These women have retreats. These women have places they go. These women have tours. These women have travel. It's also a very strange concept. When I got married, and my wife is very high value, most high value woman I've ever seen. But occasionally you say she needs to go somewhere. That was very strange to me. I did not have it.
Okay.
I don't say I was not a high value man. With men, the measurement is different.
It's different. Okay.
But let me tell you, the queen conscious of high value woman requires occasionally to go on a pilgrimage, to just leave that space. And she just needed, sometimes it's even just a day, a trip out and back to breathe fresh air.
Yeah.
The last person I'd heard talk about that was my mentor, saying every now and then you need to get outside your microcosm where you've been operating from, to go get mental holiday. For him, he was calling it mental holiday. He may not have many days, but new sights, new air, new exposure gives you a break from the routine and the monotony.
Yeah.
And you get a fresh entry of information and perspective.
Yeah.
So it can be a trip or it can be a treat.
Okay. Okay.
It does not have to be expensive and coming once in a year. It can be, those things are usually inserted in our routine. It can be a 15-minute with ice cream, with sweet coffee. And one way I've found, which I've mapped among all the women I had held in high regard, from my wife to other mentors I'd seen, mother figures, they have particularly, we used to think they cook good for other people. These women have learned things they make well for themselves, just lift their moods.
Yes.
She can fry a particular kind of fish well.
Yeah.
If you pass around, she's generous to share.
Yes. Yes.
But she will not initiate it just for you. She was doing those things in her single season. She had places that bring her happiness.
Right.
In fact, nearly all of them will have a favorite meal,
Yeah.
favorite color, favorite genre of music, something that lifts their mood. And then many of them catch it in a photo. When there are those moments, just enjoy those moments in photos. And when you catch the photo, you envy that vibe. You want to be in that space. Now, that is what addicts men to high-value women.
Right.
High-value women have a sweet, pleasurable life on their own.
Yeah.
They have found their sweet spot. There's something that lifts them. She can leave home in a good mood of her own making.
Wow.
It is
Love that.
only the juvenile, immature girls say, I'm so bored. Just give me phone. You have a plan? Come cheer me up. Tell me something. Why have you left me here? I'm collapsing on body. Juvenile, immature. A high-value woman.
Collapsing.
You give her space, my friend. She will find a way to enjoy. She'll just sit in a breeze someplace.
Yeah.
Sometimes I tell my girl, if enjoying life had a name, it would be you. She knows how to enjoy her space.
Okay.
Something you didn't imagine, playful, just a place you found with a breeze.
Yeah.
And it's not so materialistic and expensive.
No.
Just creative and knowing how to tune into your feelings, get into the moment. Sometimes just a walk, just looking around. And it's not always exorbitant or out of the range. Come here 30 minutes, you sneak 30 minutes break. And you sit in a bathtub and it feels therapeutic.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And then I realize they also have this consciousness to acquire small items that are just more for relaxation
Yes.
than necessity.
Yes.
As men,
Yeah, you're looking at me like it's a big deal. Yeah, we do that.
you know,
Yeah.
there before we would buy a sufuria, a cooking pot, just the one that can cook. Okay?
Two. One for
But
garlic,
this-
another for soup.
This lady goes ahead to buy beautiful pots.
Yes.
We are just cooking. No, I need to enjoy.
You've reminded me
Yes.
about that glass Sufuria I've been wanting to buy.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
I really want that Sufuria.
You know, particularly things I don't just for a purpose, but no, the color, the feel, the
Yeah.
and no wonder they end up making the meals in a way that is just personal
Yes.
and beautiful, you know, because something she enjoys. Sometimes I try to assist, and when I find those utensils I buy, these ones look good. She'll appreciate, but they will never be used because they don't fit. They don't fit the theme. So you like,
You know, there's something called Zen energy.
oh Zen.
So it has to rhyme with other things and other structures in the room.
Nowadays, even when I'm buying a trash can, I first take a trash bin, I take a photo. Does this one?
Yeah.
Can you find white? I was about to bring. Very red, you know. Actually, I was just seeing that it's pedal, just opening. It's so handy. This one are long plastic,
Yeah.
but it's so red.
Yeah, it's too red. It doesn't match the energy.
The color was not even designed, just material. You know, the capacity.
It's not a hardware, Benjamin. Please tell him it's not a hardware.
So, do you know those sweet spots of high value women have learned how to just give themselves happiness? Let me tell you, it is counterintuitive. But when you found your happiness, you attract happy men.
Right.
They just like the way you are. That self-containment, again, there's a healthy kind of, I don't want to use narcissism, it's a very intense word. It's likely to distort what you think.
Yeah.
But I just want you to think of self-love
Yeah.
and being aware and in touch with your life, your body, your flow, your space. And I learned this kind of women don't just build a good house or don't just get a good bedroom to show anybody. Some of the spaces nobody sees them. It's her alone.
Yes.
She decorate the car for herself.
Yes.
Decorate, you know, the spaces that she doesn't show anyone.
Like car freshener is really itching me. My car freshener is over. And it's just for me.
Imagine.
No one else will enjoy it.
That space was very rare because men were operating necessity.
Yeah.
Buy what is needed.
Yeah. Many times when I get into a man's car,
Yeah.
I notice that he needs car freshener, except if he's
I
married.
hear that every day and I'm wondering, but we are working.
You need a car freshener for your mood.
Imagine, now that.
Yes.
As we care, is the sound good? Just give me good bass, man.
Okay.
You know? So many times I realize this is something unique about them. Remember, people who are busy with their life don't always describe it. We are stealing these points from you to teach you. Because if you leave it to those women, they'll never describe it. They don't bother teaching it to anyone. It's their life.
Right.
It's their life. She'll get a clean car for her own feeling. Actually, the car and the clothes serve the same purpose. It's an extension of her personality, her energy, her space. When we talk about man talk, we said always make your machine clean and sleek. Clean. Let it speak a statement that a prince has passed by. Princes don't go with muddy things. They may not be the biggest machine, but should be clean, well put, man.
Yeah.
You know, should say something about how you think and who you are. You know, and it's like these high value women understand that instinctively. I've seen my wife being unwell and she cannot sleep when the kitchen is not cleaned. Nobody's coming around, no visitors, it's just night. But no.
Yeah.
You know, there's a way. The one thing these women have found a way to make themselves happy, sweet spots, by meals, small things they do, and when they feel down, they know to lift their moods. That is what gives them dangerous independence. If she can make herself happy, that man will also invest a lot to make her happy. When you attract happiness on your own, you attract a man who adds on to it.
Yeah.
Of course, you are sensitive. You're not blind. That we have some predators who just want to, siphon away your time, siphon away your value, siphon away, and they're not adding. In fact, one sensitivity they have is they use the antenna of energies, not just, they listen to the effect of spending time with you after talking, how they feel, after being in contact with how it feels. That's why they don't decide whether they'll meet you again during the date. They decide after the night, after the
Does that explain why 2 days after the date, a man and a woman can be okay, and then on the third day, the woman is
She has had time now to reflect. She has had time to listen to her intuition. And during the excitement of the conversations, you may not have perspective. Okay. Sometimes you also have friends who are voices of reason, and they help you balance things out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Also is the way the person behaves after the date, because you can meet once and they get very entitled. Now they're calling you all the names, the mother of their children, the wife, I will take you home, come back, why are you not picking my... The behavior after you allow the first connection tells a lot. Can you still keep your cool?
Yeah. Calm down.
I mean,
yeah.
After you talk the first conversation physically, usually the space changes. Now we know each other more internally now. There's more now.
Yeah.
Can we maintain a normal rhythm of conversation as you do life and I'm doing life? But if you can't settle and let us have a few hours of working, can we go to work? Check on each other later. We miss each other, but can we rhythm life? Rhythm.
Yeah.
That place is what also makes you make a decision after that. So the first emotional skill, it's not automatic. This is not natural. You learn it. You educate yourself.
Okay.
Stop having expensive habits. Your happiness should not cost you a bank. You break a bank, take a loan. You should not need a new machine to put a smile on your face. A cup of coffee. A particularly well-made coffee.
Yes.
Chocolate. A particularly tea with particular spice.
Yes.
Just something for you that you stock there because it's one of your mood lifters.
Yes.
A particular channel, particular comedy channel, shows, some things. Sometimes you put DSTV and you're not a football fan. It's for a particular channel with just gives you a good feel.
Yeah.
You may subscribe to something on your phone, some Netflix, and you don't have so many hours for Netflix anyway. But you just know every Saturday evening. This kind of documentary is really, they lift my mood. The week was heavy, you're tired, you're collapsing. But after just 1 hour of laughing, following your character, excited, you're in a different place, then you mark, this one, good for my mood. Do you know you can fall into addictions because you don't know what is good for your mood? We said when you're tired, when you're bored, when you're lonely, you're weak. Your will is very weak.
Yes.
Your ability to say no is very weak.
Yeah.
And your emotions, you're craving for soothing because you're tired. You're tired. So your mind will wander into anything, and you're online checking what can lift your mood.
Yeah.
If you're conscious, you'll have developed people you can call. You talk for 2 hours.
Yes.
And a well-spent evening. A place you can stroll into and you catch up what is going on. A ride you can take.
Yeah.
A documentary. For me, documentaries are one of my favorite. Especially cracking impossible problems.
Okay.
Like the Hoover Dam. I always remember the most, when they had bad deadlines, everything is at stake and they place one man on the center there. So, not disasters. I don't like the trauma of disasters, the Titanic, it sinking. I know it sank, but why take me to the gory details of?
Did you not just come from saying you like documentaries?
Of development.
Okay.
Of, Hotel Al Arab, Burj Khalifa.
Yes. Right.
Converting the desert in a short 30 years
Yeah.
into a leading capital of the world.
Yes.
That one really interests me a lot. I just mean, because I learned that part, I looked for something that lifts my mood.
Okay.
That cheers me up. Mr. Bean, many people like him because his comedy is clean, not talking, just
I can't stand Mr. Bean.
he went to perform in Olympics. I think in 2012, he went to perform in Olympics,
yeah.
singing Chariot of Fire.
Yeah.
And then he's playing the keyboard and does his off. And you see him dreaming.
Yeah.
And running the Chariot of Fire. And he cheered the whole world.
Yeah.
And he's a PhD guy, by the way. It just doesn't depend on a PhD. All right. The second thing about this queen conscious, remember, high value women regard themselves in their own way as a queen.
Okay.
So number one is that they have sweet spots. Number two is that they have their life planned out. I know you are told to wait for the guy so that you can support his vision. I'm not trying to disappoint your waiting. But waiting also has other meanings, like serving. You call them a waiter and they're not just standing there.
Yeah.
They're waiting on you, serving on you, serving.
Yeah.
Yeah. A high value woman has a plan for her life.
Right.
Of course, it includes marriage and being a wife, being a mother, if that is what she wants in life. But she does not wait there in limbo for you to bring a plan for her to follow. In fact, most of these women have a plan that even if life goes this way or the other way, they have a direction they can go and they're happy.
Right. Yes.
They have a house they can build, a car they have a life. They're not resistant or try. Society wants you to only prove you're a woman by getting married.
Yeah.
But a high value woman quietly has an independence that says, can't hold my life. Don't know waiting for. Sometimes people also change. People die. What life would I like?
Yeah.
What kind of lifestyle? What kind of space? Hey, Lily, remember, your life can be measured in space. You can decide what amount of space to occupy in life. High value woman has decided that she'll have an expanding territory. Her domain will be forever expanding. Proverbs that one describe that woman, that she sizes up land and buys it. She has merchant ships at sea. She wakes up early and her servants call her blessed. The virtuous woman had a full-blown career. Merchant ships. Today, when you have merchant ships, what does society call you? Madam Independent.
Yeah, Madam Boss.
You are a virtuous woman when you can accommodate both being a wife and a business entrepreneur. You buy linen, you buy sell here, consider, you know where stocks are, where exchange is going on. Why do they only emphasize one side of that part? I don't know. It is so descriptive and clear.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, this woman of high value knows the kind of trade she can do. The kind of, and she can manage staff, workers. In that proverb, that one, she has workers, and the way she pays them on time, has integrity with workers, and she treats them with courtesy. They call her blessed.
Yeah.
That is the woman who Boaz would marry. Can you see that?
Yes.
Boaz and this woman, now you can see.
Yeah.
These people are both managers on a higher level.
Yeah.
These people are traders on a higher level. These people can handle big money. If you have merchant ships at sea, how much money are you managing? Those are millions. It's a container. When it's so much, and it just mean you have the capacity to get goods from an area. Can be international or whatever, but you're able to trade.
Yeah.
And it's not always entrepreneur. Even if it's employment, you're so masterful at your craft. You can transport knowledge globally. You can transport things. You can actually move. You can do things.
Yeah.
This woman has a large life in view.
Right.
She has a plan. Her life planned out. And do you know why you need a large life planned out? So that you don't marry a small man. Hey.
That's so true. I think Naboth was a small man,
Yes.
and who was wealthy.
Yeah.
And so when you're not a woman of high value, you'll attract a Naboth. isn't it?
Who has inherited wealth,
Yeah.
but is a small thinker,
Yeah.
contented and settled.
Yeah.
So this woman has such a large life that if during dating, during interview, he can sound out the kind of ambition you have and realize this too small. Even these women confuse you because they're usually younger than the guy most of the time. Of course, they can be same age or older or whatever, but a lot of times she's younger and you can assume her. You may be 5 years older, 7, 8, and then you think because you're older, you are ahead. The vision that girl has is staggering. You know your vision is true when you can't share it with just anybody. Only a few people can accommodate what you're imagining. And you know it is real to you.
Yeah.
The way you live it, have you ever seen a building that you're obsessed with? You just know it is possible.
Yeah.
It can be a building or just a large project that is unrealistic from where you sit.
Yes.
But in your soul, it is so real. You know? Do you know they said until you can be unrealistic, you can never achieve great things. If you remain realistic, you go by what is real, what is visible, what has been done.
Yeah.
The guys who imagined the theory of the relativity and is being asked how many people understand it, says we are two, but I'm here to find the other guy.
Yeah.
I believe there's someone else.
That was Albert
Yes,
Einstein.
yes.
Uh-huh.
You also need a vision that you're still looking for the other guy. It was just a figurative way to say, at least there's someone. I know they're just rare, but they're there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I want you to imagine that kind of life that you have mapped out. I want to be expanding, to be living this way. I would like my children to go this kind of school, this kind of education, this kind of exposure. Again, Lily, don't just take your children to the so-called billionaire schools. Take your children to the school of life. It's better to take them to a moderately, not high, expensive school. Some schools are not teaching well, they're just expensive. They give the children life,
Right.
not preparing them for life.
Yes.
They give them the best food, best luxury, no preparation. They still make them soft and spoiled. And because you are giving them there to dump them so that you can go on with your life,
Yeah.
you're not concerned on how to raise them. Don't hand over your children to schools. Co-train.
Co-train. Like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Put them a place you can pop in.
Yeah.
You can keep checking. Put them a place that if there's anything, you can respond quickly. Keep them somewhere you can see the habits of that town. You know, schools are influenced by the town.
Yeah.
Where the kids are doing shopping, where the kids are
Yes.
coming when they go out. Check what you can tell. If there's too much immorality, you can check what is going on there.
Yeah.
If drugs, there's an influence, it's crime, you can discuss with the child and hear the environment they're getting. What cases they're dealing with in school. We're just saying, this person has decided where to take the kids, how to grow, and by the time you're coming to marry, they're not being surprised by where you want us to go. They want a man who her vision and his can marry. You marry the visions before you marry the people. Are we together?
Together.
Marry the visions first. If you silence your vision to marry any man, you become resentful because you realize he took away your life.
Yeah.
You just didn't present your life on the table.
You didn't even know what it was. You didn't comprehend it.
Do you again see the layer of how unfair it is to yourself to start discussing love before you plan your life?
Right.
Do you see how unfair it is?
I see.
That's why you rush there when you're 23 or 26. And by that too, you are out and angry. You are getting out very annoyed.
And writing a book about 12 years in slavery.
And you walked in there and said, we are in love, nothing else matters.
You know?
The life itself matters.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the last point about these women of value. And remember, the women of value, again, are not waiting for a man to come and give them the life. They are planned on how to give themselves a life.
Right.
They're planned on how to expand their career, on how, and they're hoping they'll meet a man who the direction you're going and where they are going, it is malleable.
Yeah.
All right? So there's that quality of this man, this woman that is emotional and very assuring. Some of them don't sound like exact emotions, like having a life planned out. When you have a life planned out, it gives you confidence and peace and security. It gives you a reason to choose what you want, what you don't want. So the last one is related, but it says she has planned her finances ahead. She's building her finances already Finances are not just the savings in the bank. It's the skills she's acquiring to sell. It's the network she's consciously making. It's the places she's consciously going. It's the education. Education doesn't happen in school. In school, just elementary, honestly. The real education is from exposure and seeing and witnessing life on a higher scale. This woman can take herself to the airport to just witness women flying, doing better things. She can just watch the documentary of that lady pilot who landed an aircraft in a storm and made history.
Yeah.
She has planned a greatness, a financial greatness life, while still planning to be the Proverbs that one, wife, Deborah, a mother, wife in Israel, still able to fight and save a whole nation.
Yes.
Remember those people because they will not be emphasized.
Yeah.
You are the one to pick them for yourself.
Yeah.
The Esther who is just so queenly, so beautiful, but she can save a whole nation. The same Ruth who can just be and she can look at those women. They have both the femininity and the composure, but also the capacity for wealth, for greatness. So she's already building skills, perfecting, planning to master. This is the element that makes the man wonder and shake his head, say something is different about you.
Right.
You're suave. You're quick-witted.
Yes.
You're hungry. You're deep. You can confess. When he talks about careers, he is used that only men get excited a lot there. About careers and where industry is going. And yet you can engage them there.
Yeah.
You draw in contributions, show you're informed. You're studying, you're there. Especially in your industry and whatever industry is talking about, you know what is possible.
Yeah.
You know the trend, what is coming. You know where, that when a man can converse you on that level, he gets addicted. Remember what I told you the other day?
Yeah.
The best way to hook a man is to add, to engage him mentally, to add to his ideas. The most dear thing to a man is his secrets, his ideas, his plans. If you can help him improve his plans, think better, even when he's not married to you, he'll keep coming to you. Men gravitate to thoughtful, knowledgeable women all over the world.
Yeah.
As mothers, as mentors, as anything. They keep calling, I wanted to do this, what do you think? He's not in your life, you have nothing going on. You used to be colleagues years ago.
Yeah.
Now, he wants your validation before he takes the loan, before he does the investment. He has found a girl to marry. He wants you to...
He's not consulting on those issues.
You're not a counselor or anything, he just knows you're thoughtful.
Okay.
When a man finds that woman, he wants to make that woman a permanent place in his life. Who can help in his thinking. True men don't just want a yes woman. My shadow does that better. He's doing everything I want to do. Become something other than my shadow. So,
okay.
Yes, you're not a fighter, you're not aggressive, you're not just combative, you're not oppositional. But you can add. You can actually tap what I'm trying to. And you think about it, you suggest this, you think. Let me tell you, many times we feel so relieved when we do not have time to think about something, and our wife took time to think about it and gave us a processed thought. We just actually need to do any further ado.
Yeah.
Saves us time.
Yeah.
It saves us. Sometimes it's not research online, just thinking. Thinking takes time.
Yeah.
Somebody has taken time. You know what I thought of? That's so thoughtful. Let's do that.
Yeah.
And the guy feels, yes, I got support now.
Yeah.
So, yes, there's place of cooking, washing clothes, running the home. But the mental support of a man who's on the move, that is treasure to him. Yes.
Okay. And lastly, I think every high value woman is able to disengage emotionally from a bad situation, the power to walk away.
Very good, especially if you have difficult relationships. You keep on breaking up with every new level. People fall away, start behaving funny, start showing you envy. People discover now you're on a new level, they start hurting you, and you used to be close. So you come home very heartbroken because of this bad behavior you saw from a person who never used to behave that way. So you're feeling disappointed, you're losing a friend, I don't want you to wallow over that girl who's betraying you for the next 1 year. I want you to have decisiveness. We process it together. When you're a partner, you have that constant friend. You can always process. They're the ones who will process what is going on, and we can agree. Let that person now. They have proven to you that they cannot handle where you're going. Just let them. And you don't keep going back there. If you accumulate stresses, one after the other, with time your life will be too heavy and burdened to be happy. Because because every stressor will be popping up. Let's say you have 5 stale and painful relationships from the past 5 years, and you have not released all of them, any of them completely. What happens? They pop in today, you meet the other one at the supermarket, sends a message here, behaves this way, comments there, comments. So over time, that home, you have no happiness. They drain away your feminine peace. Remember, what is a queen? The queen is graceful. The queen does not fight. She flows. The queen is nurturing. It's full of nurturing, full of life. And we are describing, I think in another show, how she replenishes. In fact, even this was the first point we're talking about, how she replenishes her place of pleasure, place of happiness and rest.
Yes.
And how she knows how to just refill her tanks.
Yeah, without breaking the bank.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Thank you. Queens, that's it from us. See you next time. Thank you for watching, and bye.
This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heartmans. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life,